everyone, this is Cheryl with the Penchant for the Past. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my design team project for the Graphics Fairy for December. For this project I used a vintage book cover that I covered with some linen that I aged up with coffee, and I think it came out pretty nice. It's a little on the primitive side. I have added one of my antique optical lenses and one of my antique watchmaker vials. It has the number 12 on it, so I thought that was fitting for my December journal. And it has the original part pieces inside. They're like two tiny little clock hands that are still inside the vial. I've added a textile collage and added some antique buttons with the original thread still intact. I've added an antique bird card, and it has a little teeny file folder with some lined writing paper inside of it. And of course I had to add one of the rusty safety pins. The pockets, there's two, one on the front and the back. It wraps around, and since it had this lace detailing in the middle of the two, I thought it made a nice wraparound, a little more detail for the spine. And here in the pocket I've found this beautiful lady on the membership site. They have a couple different antique photo bundles, and then on the back side I printed out one of the Graphics Fairy plain ephemera pieces on the back, just so it looks a little more old, a little more authentic. Here I have a vintage bird trading card, and then a vintage garment tag, and then in this glassine envelope that I aged up I have a 1862 love letter, and it's really on grungy paper. And this is one of my printables that I have in my Etsy store. Let's tuck all this stuff back in real quick. Take a look at the inside. I've just added a sari silk ribbon closure. Here in the front pocket, this is just some vintage lace. It's really, I don't think too old, but I aged it up with some coffee. Here we have a beautiful hand that I got from the membership site, and I printed on some aged paper on the back and fussy cut it out, but I just love that little hand. And then they also have a page of these beautiful script leaf journaling cards, and on the front of each signature I've left a space so the new owner can write in a title. I've added a linen tab to the top of the front of each signature so you can find each section easier. Here I have one of their beautiful ladies, and this was a printable that had a bunch of tags and stuff. It was really pretty, and I printed on the back side again another page that was a little older looking. And here's just some script, antique script page that I put on some aged paper. And here on the blank pages I added some graphics, and I've added birds, butterflies, and botanicals to the pages. And how I antiqued all the copy paper in this journal is I used vanilla. I just think that it gives it more of a fragrance scent to it, you know, than coffee. Here I've added a stamp so you can record the month, the day, and the year. And we have some vintage ledger. Here, this is a beautiful image I got from this site. I aged up a doily and wrapped it around. All the dictionary pages are from 1920. This was one of their butterfly prints. I just reduced it down to the size I wanted to make a journaling card, and added some of their lined paper to the back. Here is one of their beautiful butterfly graphics. And a vintage botanical book page as a flip up. I just added some washi to the top so you can remove it if you want to. Here is just a tuck spot I made from a glassine bag that I aged up. This is a vintage library catalog card, and I used one of those stamps so you could do some journaling and record which day. It's just a journaling card, blank music paper, and their collection of antique postcards is pretty large on the membership site, so I used one of those and put some aged paper on the back. Used one of their script pages for a pocket so you can store things in the center. And here I've done a little collage with some linen, sari silk, and some aged tracing paper with one of their little bird graphics and some vintage pieces. Another beautiful butterfly graphic. This is one of their antique maps, and they have quite a few, and I like to incorporate them into my journals. This one's of Italy, and it can be removed easily too since it's just washi tape. Added a little space on the dictionary page so you can journal on it. Here I've used one of their bird graphics. I just think they're so pretty. Here is just an ephemera piece that they had, and I just picked one of their coordinating blank pages for the reverse side. Here is a beautiful balloon ephemera piece that they had. I just loved it. And here we're on to the second signature. This, again, another tab and a space for titling it. In the front pocket, we have one of their antique photos again, and I printed a lighter color on the back since this front was so light. And they have these beautiful printables of these bird tags. I just thought they were so cute, so I added those to this little pocket. On this pocket I just used the blank index cards, and I of course coffee stained them or tea dyed them, and then stitched around the edges after embossing. And here is another beautiful bird graphic. So pretty. I don't know if you can see that or not. Here is one of their Reward of Merit cards. This was on their just a freebie, but I just loved it, so I added that. They had some labels that had sayings and some were blank, and this one, the earth has music for those who listen, so I added some antique music page, some notebook paper. All the lines are pretty much gone. Here I've added some blank writing practice paper and a goal sheet from Nick the Booksmith, so you can keep track of maybe your exercise, water consumption, maybe some business goals. Again, a beautiful butterfly graphic. And here I've just made a center pocket again to hide the stitching, and great for storage. Another butterfly graphic. Here is just one of their antique script pages that I put on some inkjet handmade paper. And here's one of their alphabet ephemera pieces, and I put it on the writing practice paper. And here I just love this butterfly print, and I printed it out on aged paper so you can journal on the back. And it's attached with washi, so that way it can be removed. Here, this page, I printed it out on vellum, and I used two graphics. I used one of their script pages, and then I found a dragonfly that I really liked. So I was just being lazy. Instead of doing it digitally, I printed the script page out first and then put it back through to print out the dragonfly. So, but I just love that. And here I've used one of their postcards as just a text space. And I put in a vintage shipping tag and then another bird trading card. And here we are to the last signature. This is one of their beautiful botanicals that I printed out on vellum. I like to use the vellum because once you write, you can see a little bit of the writing through the vellum. And this is again another one of those labels with the saying, everything happens for a reason. Keep reminding myself of that. Here, this is just the Eiffel Tower. This is on the membership site too. This is one of my letter covers from Spain. Space for journaling. Another goal sheet. This image was on the membership site too. Here, this beautiful lady was too, and I added the to-do, and so in this pocket I've added 2 to-do lists, and then I've used one of their blank pages to print on the back so it looks a little older. And here I'm just using this as a little text spot, and this is one of my antique photos. And here is a beautiful balloon ephemera piece, and I used one of their lined papers to print on the back. And this is one of their beautiful envelopes that they've designed and made available for us members, and I printed one of their music pages on the back or the inside. And here in this pocket, another one of their antique photos, printed a lighter color on the back. One of my Spain letter covers from the late 1800s. And this is a embossed envelope. There's nothing in it, but it's great for storage. And this was a boo-boo that I made, so instead of just getting rid of the page, I just turned it into a corner pocket. Just love the birds. And here, this is one of their beautiful botanicals, again on vellum and washi, so you can write underneath. Just love how the vanilla stains up the papers. Here, another Victorian calling card. And this is one of their antique die-cut images that I fussy cut out and inked the edges. I just think she's so pretty. And one of their postcards, I just stitched around it to make a pocket. And my company logo stamp. And in the back here, we have one of their little girl antique photos. She's just so precious. And I printed again a lighter color on the back. And this is one of my antique Paris postcards from my collection. And that is it for December's design team project. Next month will be on the Graphics Fairies website, but I'll also leave a reminder here on my channel, so you can go check it out if you have time. I really appreciate everyone that has taken the time to subscribe. I'm hoping for the new year I have, maybe start doing some tutorials. I'm a huge introvert, so this has been a bit of a, what would you say, a stretch for me out of my comfort zone. But I hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday, and I look forward to seeing you all next month. Take care. Bye.